salesman from Nantucket. Maybe another time. If I got to choose a movie, no doubt it would be Forrest Gump. And the reason for it is that, like Forrest Gump, I seem to have been at the right place at the right time and always surrounded by the right people. My brother Mitchell and I, John Pender says I start every speech with my brother Mitchell and I. Whatever. We were part of a large family and a large family business. I was number 25 of 29 grandchildren. Mitchell was the 29th. Most of us were involved in the family corrugated box business. We could earn a position of leadership, an opportunity to grow. One of our clients was a wire display manufacturer. We made corrugated boxes for. Actually, we made boxes for Duracell. Bill, that's a hint. And they asked us to make a multicolor riser for the regular packaging that we did. Quality, value added. To my dad, value added meant if you wanted the box printed in blue and we gave you blue, that was value added. And we charged for it. We did that, and about 6 months later, a silver statue of a cigar star Indian showed up. We had no clue what it was. We put it on a wall, and we went back to work. One of our vendors came in and said to Mitchell, "Oh, I didn't know you guys made displays." Mitchell said, "Yes." And next thing we knew, we were in the display business, making boxes for Design Productions, Tom Murphy. And then we did the release of the E.T. home video. We quickly learned that the display industry required a great deal of concentration and quality, something not very common in the typical corrugated box business. So we sought out other companies that could assist us in delivering and growing this end of the business. And we found a small company in South Jersey, a gem of a manufacturer, that really knew what they were doing. The company, we found it very frustrating at first to work with because the general manager there was just difficult, just tough. She actually wanted to know the correct quantity, what the real color was, and when it was delivery. As we learned more about the industry, we realized that this general manager actually knew the business a whole lot better than we did. And we were intent on doing anything we could to make sure she stayed with us. So I married her. Mitchell and I quickly created a business plan. And we decided to make a move to buy that small company. My dad said, this is true. My dad said, okay, look, guys, it's a good idea, you can buy the business. But that Susan lady, if you get her to stay, it's a good deal. If she doesn't, pass on that company. We had a unique idea at the time, as the video reminded me. Our idea was to take the temporary manufacturing that we knew, add it with a creative agency, throw in offset printing, contract packaging, filming, and put it all under one roof at one place that a client could come to and get their job done. So it wasn't a question of, as Mitchell says, it's their responsibility. Yeah. We took the responsibility. And Phoenix Display was born and it grew. We were very fortunate. We were very fortunate in the sense that we surrounded ourselves immediately with people who not only shared our vision, but had the ability to deliver on it. We got to work with great production people that Susan put together, like a Roger Booth and a Dave Perront. Incredibly creative designers like Bill Manifel and Pete Hendry. And John Stranger, who became our Disney guru. And putting this all together was a creative and energetic sales force that really led the way for us. Larry Thornton, a Hall of Fame member, Larry Kleiner. Mike Sibelrud, Chris Delaney were in New Jersey. Kelly Thornton, Dennis Price, Pat Graff ran our Chicago office. Art Hecker and John Bernstein led the way in California. And George Hansey and David Caspi opened our permanent display division in Connecticut. We grew so fast that in 1994, we even awarded a non-employee of the year award to a recruiter named Bob Terlizzi, who just kept bringing people after people after people. But back in New Jersey, Susan and Mitchell were juggling the balls and making certain we continued to create and deliver the type of quality that allowed us to win over 100 OMAs between 1991 and 1997, when we sold the business to Union Can. Although we proudly served a wide array of clients, I really want to take a moment to highlight one and tell you why. Shearing Plow and my friend John Pender was a unique company. John went on a philosophy of partnership. He chose his vendors very carefully, and then he would work with his vendors, bringing their insights and their goals, combining it with our expertise and our experience to create programs. It was a true partnership that was unheard of and is unheard of in our industry, but it was one that led to incredible successes over and over again. When there's a partnership between brand and manufacturer, we all win. We all win. When Larry Thornton, who I mentioned earlier, joined Phoenix, he insisted we become members of POPAI. Mitchell and I really had no interest in POPAI. No. We didn't see the value other than to win a couple of awards. Larry persisted, and we attended an industry conference in San Antonio. While there, we met Richard Nathan and Jim Cavaluzzi. They took the time to explain POPAI's vision and purpose. They talked about research and educational programs, and they spoke about networking opportunities with brands and with retailers. They said, if you want to grow a business, you got to get involved. And we did. We took active roles in all POPAI committees. We sent salespeople and designers to POPAI events. We shared ideas and experiences with professionals across the country. And in fact, at POPAI's last marketplace in New York City, we sent over 200 people from our factory, from accounting to the factory workers, to production, to sales, to design, to the New York City show, so they could see what we did and how their small piece of the puzzle led to a beautiful picture. In fact, our mother went to that thing too, and she turned to Mitchell at the end and said, "This is what you guys do for a living?" Yes, Mom, that's what we do. POPAI helped our sales force bring additional value to our clients. But where else in Marketplace and working as awards marshals could we meet, become friends with, and walk the floor? Could we learn about marketing and design and insights from people like Andrea Martin, Kurt Witzel from Anheuser-Busch, Barbara Daugherty, Bill Smith, Victor Jordan, Charlie Blecker, Leslie Nagy from Pepsi. All who became mentors and all who became friends. Over the years, I had the chance to work with an executive team that was exciting and rewarding. I worked with Richard Winter. I worked with Richard Nathan. I worked with Mike Lauber. I got to be on a group with Chairman Jim Cavaluzzi and then with Chairman David Abramson. Both took great pains and time to make sure I was involved, knew what was going on, and could help move the industry forward. They became good friends and good mentors. Following my chairmanship, I had a privilege to work with Bill Smith, Barb Daugherty, and Bill Kolb, who followed me as chair.